navigating through the hardest part of the single dad journey. What's going on, dads? Today's video is another episode of my Real Talks. So today is discussing the hardest part about being a single father, and that is when your ex starts dating somebody and it's getting serious. And this video is to kind of aim at the part that really makes it hard. Obviously, having somebody else replace a spot you used to be in is difficult from like an intimacy and a relationship standpoint. But this video really is based on the part that's the hardest of this situation. And for any dad that's fighting for their kids, you can probably attest to this. The hardest part is knowing that another man has more access to your child than you do. So if you're going through a custody battle in most states, they seem to favor the women more than the man. So at this point, you're probably fighting for every moment you get with your kids. So if you're going through a custody battle and you already have limited access to your kids, knowing the fact that a new man is in your child's life, that's with their mother, that's spending a lot of time with their mother, that's going to do things, your child's gonna be spending more time with this new man than they are with you. And that's honestly a truly the hardest pill to swallow. And this is where I want to emphasize, like in most of my videos where I discuss, like you need to maximize your time with your kids. So when you're with your kids, you need to be undistracted. You need to prioritize building that bond, building that relationship, doing fun things, being present in the moment with them and not being distracted by all the other things. And this time, it is really easy to be distracted, whether it be going on social media, looking up stuff, thinking about the relationship, thinking about things that are going wrong, thinking about the custody battle. But you really need to find a way to focus in that moment and just be present with your kids. You can be upset in the times that you're not with them, but the hardest part is thinking about your kid being with somebody else and having another man having access. First off, you don't know this person, and if you're going through a situation like mine, you're probably never going to have a real conversation with this person to really gauge what kind of man they are. I tried to have that conversation, and it blew up in my face, and we still don't talk. Me and the new guy. But I just want to emphasize, like, make sure you're not overreacting in these moments because, like I say in a lot of videos, like in family court, you can't ever fix anything in one day. You can't have positive changes in one day, but you can destroy things in one day. So anything that you do, whether it be reacting or saying something, these are all things that can come back and hurt you. So just be cognizant of that. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you're practicing discipline, that you're practicing thinking before you speak. I know it's incredibly hard, but I need you to do it. And I do want you to know, like, these times don't last forever. Things eventually do get better, but a lot of times it has to be you being the driving force and what makes things better. Be kind, be considerate, even if it's not what you're feeling. That's the person you need to present because that's going to look better on you in the long run. But again, thinking about somebody else with your kid, it's so hard. Like, and honestly, like, as confident as I am in being a father, like, there's always that insecurity of, especially if your kids are young. Like when I was going through this situation, my son was 3, 4, 5 years old, and that's an age where your kids are very impressionable. So, like thinking about like my son liking another man more than he likes me, or wanting to spend more time with this man than me, like those are the things that would keep me up at night. And like honestly, like my relationship with my son is amazing, but those insecurities definitely were there. And especially if like your relationship didn't end on a properly note, um, the way this new man probably thinks about you and the way you're presented to him, um, there's always gonna be that confrontation. It's just the nature of it all. But I do want you guys to know, like, eventually things do calm down, and once you're able to kind of have that moment of where your stomach's turning and you're feeling anxious and you're feeling angry and you want to lash out. I can't tell you how many times I've went and punched a punching bag and yelled and screamed in my car, and like I would pray and I would talk to God, and like these are the hardest times. You just need to learn how to navigate through. Like I said, eventually things do get better. Uh, with my situation, I was able to be the driving force and what calm down the the arguments between the two of us. And now my co-parenting relationship is great. I still don't really talk to the new guy very much. There's still animosity, but I think from the standpoint, if you can think about your child first in all of this, and if eventually like their relationship is good and the man is a good person and he treats your child well, then that's something you should be grateful for. Because honestly, this is probably the hardest part. It's going to be here for you. Is your child deserves to have as many people around him or her that care about them as possible. They deserve to have people that are going to take care of them. They're going to keep them safe. They're going to be there emotionally in times that they need it. And that can't always be you. Unfortunately, you wish it could, but now that you're separate, there's going to be times where you don't have access to your kid, and knowing that there's somebody around that's going to take care of them is a really good feeling. Obviously, hopefully, this new man realizes his position, and hopefully, he doesn't try to ever bash you or put you down. And hopefully, he tries to promote your relationship with your child when around them. I think that's extremely important. And again, thinking about the best for your kids. Once you can get over the pride of your own personal animosities towards the situation, towards your ex, towards this new man, things can start to get better. You know, I'm at the point where I still don't have the highest opinions of my ex's new man, but the fact that I know my son's happy, I can put those personal opinions and stuff aside. Like I said, now I have a great co-parenting relationship. You know, the new guy's probably is never really involved anymore. So again, I want you guys to know that this is a hard time in your life, and if you're watching this video, you're probably going through this situation right now. But I do want you to know that it can and will get better. Just you need to be the driving force in what makes us better. You need to put your pride aside, like I talk about in many of my other videos. Spend quality time with your kids, make the most of it with your kids, and just build that relationship and build that bond. And when you have an opportunity, don't trash the new guy in front of your kids, because again, your kids are always going to look back and they're going to judge you for the way you handled it. So be a good inspiration, be a good example for your kids. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please comment below if you're going through a situation. Please let me know a situation that might have occurred that you might have felt you couldn't handle and you felt like you ruined things. Comment below. I would love to be able to support you guys and kind of maybe touch on this in further videos if you wanted me to go more in detail about these things. Uh, Again, sharing your experiences can help another dad in different ways than my story might have. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this, please like, please share, please subscribe for more videos like this, and please share with the dad who could possibly use it. May God bless you and your families.